it's me. So for those of you who know, I don't actually have any living orchids left of my lot. This one is a foster. I don't know if my friend's gonna actually ask for her back because her ex at the time was her boyfriend, gave it to her and they broke up. But this orchid has been thriving with me since I've had her. 2 new leaves, new aerial roots. There's one right there and one right there. Tons of new green roots popping up everywhere. Really exciting stuff. And today I was at Smith's and I adopted this little one who was on the clearance rack, meaning she's dying. She's very dehydrated, lots of bud blast. So I've already lost a few buds when I just picked her up, some fell off. But she's got a few healthy ones and a bloom. And her roots don't look all that bad. So we're going to be repotting her because you want to always take out the media that they come in. They usually come in moss like this. So we're going to be taking all of that out. So let's go to the trash. And we are going to... So I literally had to push her out of that tiny thing. It's very flexible. I thought I was gonna have to cut her out, but we're gonna have to get rid of all this moss media around. So I'm just going to massage it until it all comes out. We could take a good look at her. Healthy root right there. Hopefully I see more. There's a bunch of dead roots as well. Be very careful when removing the moss because they're really embedded in there and you don't want to destroy any good roots. I took off that top layer right there, and she doesn't really have, she is tiny, she's a mini Phal. It's my first mini Phal, so we want to preserve as much roots as we can. So I've got rid of most of the moss, and you want to take even tweezers to get in between the crevices. We can see there is a bit of root rot, but that's kind of common, especially with these kind of Phals that come in the grocery stores, and you know, they're packed in too tightly with the moss. There's barely any room to breathe, but I think she's gonna be okay. She doesn't look too bad. There was some like rotty kind of yellow leaf that I pulled off in there. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm gonna spray her with some hydrogen peroxide. With this, I'm actually going to put holes in there like I did with this one in similar fashion, because right now I do not have a cup of plastic that is kind of similar to size, and we're going to put it back in this until it grows larger. The roots are so small right now, this is actually good size. With scissors I managed to cut holes in the sides, and it already has a ventilation hole in the bottom. So we're going to repot it. Choose the smallest bits of charcoal in the calcium calcitrate or whatever, the bark, and the lava rock. So we're going to repot it right now, and what we want to do is basically we want to put a few on the bottom. Like so. Like that. And then we're going to stick her inside. See, once you place the orchid root in there, you just start filling up around it with the media. So I just watered it. I use warm water. This one really likes warm water, really thrives off of it. The tropical plants, so cold isn't so great. So as you can see, the new media is all wet. I run it under warm water for about 5 to 10 minutes, and I let it drain completely. There's a drainage hole there. There's no stuck water. And there's always space and room and air around the crown. That was my trick with this one as well. I'm going to show you this one. This one was a rescue and was doing really poorly when I received her. And she had root rot and she was dehydrated. She's got so many plump, juicy roots that have come up in the last few months that I've had her. She's got a new aerial root growing in there and a second aerial root growing from the original right there. Since I've had her, no split leaves. So the split leaves were when I got her. She was very dehydrated and she had some root rot, but she's growing in nibs like those little green ones everywhere. It's so exciting to see. See, they're popping up. Look at that big fat one right there. It's so cool. And there's one at the end right there. And I water her with nothing but kind of like quite warm water. So I'm going to do the same with this one and see how she turns out. It just had its first watering. She's looking good. I just hope the rot, you know, it will go away because now she's being aired out. She has air circulation. That's the most important thing. It's a misconception that, oh, the presence of water, that's the reason why the fungus or the bacteria is there, and that's not the reason why. It's because it was suffocating in that moss. It's so densely and tightly packed in, there's no room to breathe, and then bacteria can build up. I water my other Phal almost every day because it's dry and arid here where I live, and that's what she needs, and she's thriving. So I'm going to do the same with this, and depending on how dry the media is, I always check the media every single day. And my other Phal loves this mixture, so hopefully this one will love it as well. They always come in moss media most of the time, so hopefully she adjusts well. Her leaves feel very dehydrated, like this one is quite thin. One is really thick, how it should be, and this one's okay. She's really beautiful, and I think her buds are going to be okay. They are not dried out, they are still plump and moist, so I know these will bloom. Perhaps that one has, I think that one won't bloom, that's already blasted, but these ones are fine. So I think she was on her last legs, to be honest. And I'm quite happy I saved her today. I mean, she was only $2 because they usually put the dying ones on sale. So I do this with all my orchids. When they're severely hydrated, I put them beside my oil diffuser, but I do not put oil in that diffuser for this purpose. It's just water, so it's getting proper hydration